If you're an NBA fan, I'm sure you're looking forward to the start of the 2023 to 2024 NBA season. But before you get your favorite jerseys ready, there are some adjustments being made in the NBA that you should know about because it just might affect your favorite players. Big changes are coming to the NBA, and they affect how teams handle their star players during games. But before we dive in, if you're not just a fan, but also lace up your sneakers to hit the court, it's time to take your game to the next level. Whether you play for the pure joy of it or you're dead serious about honing your skills, there's a world of basketball gear out there waiting for you. From high-tech smart basketballs to personalized ones or even official NBA leather balls, you can find it all. And guess what? You don't need to go on a quest to get them. Everything you need to boost your basketball journey is just a click away. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Transform your game from amateur to pro with our fantastic selection of basketball gear. Whether you're after a slick jersey, a sturdy hoop, or just a trusty water bottle to keep you hydrated during those intense workouts, we've got your back. Get ready to elevate your game to legendary status. Ready to make it happen? Just click on the links in the description or pinned in the comments. Oh, and a quick heads up, if you decide to make a purchase through one of our affiliate links, we'll earn a small commission. Now let's get back to the game. On a recent Wednesday, the league's decision makers, known as the Board of Governors, gave the thumbs up to a brand new policy about when and why teams can rest their superstar athletes. Here's the scoop. Starting from the 2023 to 24 season, teams will have to think twice about benching their star players in specific situations. If they don't, they'll be slapped with some hefty fines. So, when can teams face these fines? Well, if they decide to rest a star player during a nationally televised game or an in-season tournament game, they're in trouble. It's also a no-no to bench multiple star players in the same game or sit down a star player for an extended period during the season. These rules are all part of the new player participation policy. The league has its own way of deciding who counts as a star player for this policy. It's based on whether a player has made it to an All-Star or All-NBA team in the past 3 seasons. Here's a list of all 49 players who fit this description and are considered star players. Just a heads up, you'll be surprised by some of the names missing from this list. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. And the following players are considered a star by the NBA. DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, LaMelo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Jarrett Allen, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, Fred VanVleet, Tyrese Halliburton, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Zion Williamson, Julius Randle, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Pascal Siakam, and Lauri Markkanen. Now you may be wondering how in the world did some of these players get on this list? They're not star players. First off, it's important to note that this isn't a definitive list of the absolute best 49 players in the league. It's all about a specific set of criteria, and it's totally okay if you think some of your favorite stars aren't on this list. Now here's the deal. If players like Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, or Jalen Brunson, who are already shining like stars, make it to the 2024 All-Star team, they'll have to follow the same rules as the other stars once the All-Star break hits. It's not about downplaying their skills. It's just how the NBA is keeping things fair and consistent. But let's be real, folks. So even with these new rules, the game remains as thrilling as ever, and you can expect the stars to keep giving it their all on the court. Now let's talk about those fines. If a team breaks these rules, they'll have to pay up. Here's how it goes. $100,000 for the first violation. $250,000 for a second violation. For any more violations after that, the fine is a whopping $1 million, and it goes up by $1 million each time, and so on. The NBA is getting serious about this. Not sure if you all remember, but last season the Brooklyn Nets rested all 5 of their starters as well as a few players from their second unit. But now, players can't just claim to be unavailable for games. The NBA can investigate whether a player is really unavailable or not. This investigation can happen if a star player misses a national TV or in-season tournament game, if multiple star players miss the same game, or if there are mixed messages about whether a star player is fit to play. However, there are some exceptions to these rules. Teams can get permission to rest a star player who is 35 or older on opening night, or has played either 34,000 regular season minutes or a combined 1,000 regular season and playoff games. Players like Mike Conley, Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and LeBron James fit into this category. Teams can also rest a star player if they're recovering from an injury. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver spoke out about this. He made it clear that if a player is healthy, they should be on the court. He mentioned that things had gone a bit too far with players resting, and this policy is meant to address that. It remains to be seen how seriously teams and players will take these new rules, but it's evident that the NBA wants to make sure their top talent isn't sitting out games, especially those that are nationally televised. So, what does this mean for stars like Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry? They'll need to stay on their toes and be ready to hit the hardwood when it's game time. The NBA's decision to implement a stricter player participation policy signals a significant shift in how the league approaches the resting of star players. This move comes as a response to concerns that teams were becoming too liberal with their use of player rest, particularly during high-profile games and nationally televised matchups. Last season, a little girl came to a Golden State Warriors game but cried when she realized that her favorite player, Stephen Curry, not only didn't play, but wasn't even in the building. To be honest, I would have cried too. But Steph did invite the young girl to another game, where he not only played but spoke to her personally, gave her an autograph, and took pictures with her. She was his special guest for that game. Once again, she was brought to tears, except this time they were tears of joy. With escalating fines for violators, it's evident that the league is taking a firm stance to ensure that fans, sponsors, and broadcasters get their money's worth by witnessing the top talent in action. While the policy does allow for some exceptions, such as older players and those recovering from injuries, it sends a clear message that if a player is fit to play, they should be on the court. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's assertion that this policy is a response to the league's recognition that player resting had gone too far underscores the commitment to maintaining the competitive integrity of the game. As the 2023-24 season approaches, all eyes will be on how teams and star players adapt to these new regulations. It raises intriguing questions about player workload management, team strategies, and the delicate balance between a player's health and their obligation to entertain fans. This policy shift is a reminder that, in the ever-evolving world of professional sports, the league will take proactive steps to ensure that the show goes on and that fans continue to witness the magic of their favorite athletes on the hardwood. Okay, moment of truth, everyone. What do you honestly think about these new NBA rules? Do we love them? Do we hate them? Or do we not care at all about these new rules? This is your chance to let your voice be heard. I would love to know what you think about this new rule. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe for more NBA content. Thank you for your support, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.